What's up, fight fans? I'm Jake Gatto, and welcome to the Boxing and Jedi's Temple. And today we're going to talk some more boxing. And of course, tomorrow we got the big kahuna. That's right. That's right. The Khan Army. You better prepare yourselves, man. Prepare yourself for possibly the last fight you will see Amir Khan in, depending the fashion of the loss. You know what I mean? I have to give Khan his props because in this fight, he decided to take a more dangerous Crawford than you know what I'm saying he wanted Brook. Now of course England was up to England, no doubt. Piece of sporting icons. And what happened? You know, you never got the fight. Everybody over there wants it. This guy was always talking about a Mayweather Pacquiao fight, but of course he never, landed on their radar. A lot of people feel like Mayweather ducked him, and in a business sense, when it was in Mayweather's, when it was at that time, and when he gave us that voting poll that he had, it was Maidana Khan and I forgot who or the Manny Pacquiao there or the last one, and everybody picked Khan because people wanted to see Khan, but at the same time people want to see Khan, but it wouldn't have sold as much as it did with Maidana because Maidana had a little intertwining with Mayweather because of Adrian Broner at the time, and everybody was like, oh, it's gonna be Big Bro who's gonna get redemption for Little Bro Broner. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that also ties to some other shit too. But and it just comes to the fact that Khan was not really that marketable when it came to those two veterans at the time, which the two on top pay per view, which was you know Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now his big spotlight, and he could have had maybe 3 or 4 fights with Brook, and it would have been great ones. But for some reason, I don't know. Personally, it's not that he was scared of Brook. I feel that he just didn't want to give Brook that break. You know, since he and Brook came from the same country. I guess Khan, being a self-preservationist, he basically said, "Fuck this. I'm gonna take it. I want the spotlight of my country." Instead of understanding that had you fought Brook and beaten him, you still would have got the spotlight for yourself. But at the same time, when you're making a fight, it takes two to dance. You know what I'm saying? So proof of what I'm saying is the way Khan is always with the same self banter, and you know what I mean. These last two fights that he had they weren't enough to tune him up for Crawford. Now, Amir Khan has speed, and yes, he does have skill. Now, I caught a couple of people saying that they see this fight going the way he beat Devon Alexander. You have to understand that Terence Crawford is levels beyond Devon Alexander. Okay? Devon Alexander used to fight too hard in fights that weren't hard. You know what I mean? Devon Alexander right now should have been in this, but it is what it is. Now, Amir Khan has impressive wins. Yes, he does. But that was then. The reason why I say that was then, and I'm not taking away from him. The reason why I say that was then was because how long has it been before the last two fights that he was inactive? And before the Canelo fight. He was inactive for a very long time. I would say about what? 8 months to a year. Maybe, no, not even like a year and a half. Remember that? On top of that, he spent too much time in the limelight. And if it was self promotions, you know what I'm saying, doing what he had to do to push himself out, then hey, I can dig that. But at the same time, You're supposed to be fighting, not just talking your business out there and you blaming Anthony Joshua thinking that he fucked your girl and shit. You know, personal shit out there instead of making the personal shit your work ethic and letting us watch it and watching and letting us watch you grow along with yourself in a positive way where Amir Khan would have actually filled in the mantle where most of these fucking these boxing fans that follow Khan put him up on. And I think it's a level of delusion. Like to even when he loses, it's on some shit that the loss is really a win. I'm like, what the fuck? No, he got knocked the fuck out. Like they try to make excuses when he got knocked the fuck out by Canelo. You know what the excuse was? The excuse was, oh, but at least he stepped up and took a big challenge. No, 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 no. Don't look at it like that. You know why you can't look at it like that? Because when Khan was supposed to go with the WBC, when Danny Garcia had it, he was ranked. He was ranked, and he's supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? And what happened? He decided to go Canelo. That's a move that will always it fucked him up. Khan right now could have been the WBC. You know what I'm saying? Now he lost to a Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? He lost to a Danny Garcia. And I'm not gonna triangle theory this, but imagine if Khan would have stood active. Imagine if Khan would have taken on Brook and then past that and then more competition. And you feel what I'm saying? And this is why I am pointing out his career decision flaws, because a lot of his decisions fucked him up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing something at welterweight, he moved up and took a money fight with Canelo because he wanted a big fight to have a big name. And that shit, you got knocked out. So the only thing you got from that, from the fans and recognition, was you got the fucking nighttime sniffling, sneezing, stuffy, achy, knock the fuck out punch. You know what I mean? Where the fucking credits were still rolling. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. That was a very unhealthy fight. Now, if you guys, the Khan army, want to say some shit about Brook, say something about Brook. At least Brook had a strap. He was defending. Oh, but who the fuck was he fighting? Don't matter. He was still fighting. That's why he's more respected than a fucking Amir Khan. You don't see Brook out there with fuckery. Brook is out there with 2 broken orbital bones taking on top contenders. Yo, you fucking crazy? And where's Amir Khan? I want a Manny Pacquiao. I want a Floyd Mayweather. I'm the greatest in the world. Get the fuck out of here. All that talk. Even to rumors of trannies and shit like that. Like, this is what I'm doing. It's not hate. Because like I said, Amir Khan was talented. If for some reason tomorrow he gets by Terence Crawford, no doubt, this is what he needs to continue doing. But he's not going to continue to do that. See, after he beats Amir Khan, he's going to go parade that fucking victory and that strap for about 8 months, bro. He's going to do a world tour with that shit. Facts. And then he's going to fight. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, that's a different story now. See, Terence Crawford has unified division, actually 2, right? Partially with 1, holding 2. This guy has skill beyond belief. Styles make fights, okay. Because Khan has speed doesn't mean that Khan is going to touch Terence Crawford, who has speed, has angles, can fight you going backwards. You know what I'm saying? Knows how to cut the ring off, is a great finisher, works off the jab, late starter, but as he's downloading your whole shit, you know what I'm saying? He'll hardly get touched. And if he needs to get touched in order to hit you with something, he's got the durability. And he's ambidextrous. So it's a dangerous fucking match for fucking Khan. As Terence Crawford's reflexes will be more in tune and enhanced because Terence Crawford has been fighting hard, has been fighting correctly since 135, if you want to go there, all the way to 140. All the way to 147, he's fighting hard. So people that want to take away from him, oh, he fought Postal, but you motherfuckers and other motherfuckers had Postal on the pound for pound list. Even though the pound for pound list is subjective, my point exact. If it's subjective and you once had him for pound because he was beating motherfuckers and he won the fucking WBC strap, now all of a sudden, because Terence Crawford beat him, he wasn't no pound for pound, but yet on most videos, on most comments, it's all been said by you motherfuckers. Right? So it comes to a fact that when it comes down to the speed and the skill, it's not even the youth. It's just the ethic. Terence Crawford has put in more work in this era than fucking Amir Khan. And Amir Khan comes graduating from the end of Pacquiao's era. You know what I'm saying? He's a vet. So if he's a vet, why wasn't he fighting like one? Right now, it should have been Terence Crawford, Amir Khan, Manny Pacquiao, you know, Sean Porter, and fucking Keith Thurman and Errol Spence Jr. Look at that. Look at that roulette. Look at that roulette inside of fucking the welterweight division. Khan fits perfect up there if you pictured him the way he used to win, but he gave us 2 mediocre wins. Yes, mediocre, because these fighters, and it's gonna be proven tomorrow, these fighters did not give him any type of data for him to download it and use it for defense, offense when it comes to his fucking performance against a fucking elite. Because yes, Terence Crawford is an elite. Mostly everybody has Terence Crawford on the pound for pound list, except for those that love European fighters only, those that love, you know what I'm saying, that use the skin politics, but are very selective with it. Because the man is from the same race and has the same color, and because he's not signed with certain factions and he's not down with the agenda, they'll call him a coon or something, which is, by the way, a word that the KKK made up. So that way it can be used. So it you know what I mean? It just comes to a fact that when you look at the dynamic between these two, when you look at a Benavidez fight, before that, the Horn fight. What came before that? And what came before that? And I'm speaking Terence Crawford. And what came before that? Hard fights, great fights, good fights. Won in a very, very great fucking manner. So when you look at Amir Khan now, where the fuck has he been? He got knocked out. He comes back. He wins 2 fucking mediocre, and because he fought Devon Alexander, beat him because he fought. Nah, man. Before Canelo, take a look at where the fuck Khan was. All over ES News. All over the fucking media. Tranny love. Etc. etc. Not that I'm going into his private life, but when it's in the media, it's hard to stay the fuck out. That's why I couldn't understand why motherfuckers would always come with that Floyd Mayweather shit. Oh, but you should leave his private life. I would if the motherfucker would stop doing it. See, another thing I forgot to mention to most guys out there who think I'm biased, you know, when I speak of Floyd Mayweather and his fuckeries, it's the same thing I'm doing like if I'm doing with Khan. The thing is that it sounds to you like I'm taking away from him, but understand, and I used to say this a lot. Understand this. Nobody takes away from Floyd Mayweather the way Floyd Mayweather takes away from himself every time he opens his mouth. Facts. You feel what I'm saying? You can't call a motherfucker a humanitarian because he gave out 3 or 4 fucking turkeys in the hood and some toys, but when you go to another country and they lay out the royal fucking carpet and give you the fucking the royal treatment, and you don't donate to these poor countries, and then when they ask you, and at least if you didn't want to donate, it's fine, but at least when they ask you why you didn't donate or take the time out to donate, because other fighters that have been to Africa have donated, they don't donate to me. They're not taking care of my children and my family and my health. Self-preservation. That's exactly what that is. So, you know, you've gotta do the research on the fucking fighters' characteristics and the shit that they bring us, before you fucking blind yourself with the bias because he's a fighter that you like, and it's no, but it's hard. It's hard to take a motherfucker seriously when he's always talking shit, right? When he's always a goof, right? It's hard, and he's saying something, right? It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to tell somebody who's always cracking jokes, and it's hard to take him seriously because you know him as always cracking jokes. So when he's talking to you seriously, you're like, nah, there's gonna be a punchline somewhere here. Same thing with Floyd. Same thing with Amir Khan. Same thing. Narcissistic fucking, you know what I'm saying, self-preservation, and you know that their actions are the opposite of what they're speaking. So when people speak and say Terence Crawford right now is one of the pound for pound best in the fucking world, and if they even wanted to take it to the welterweight division and say that he's one of the pound for pound welterweight division in the welterweight division, they would be speaking fact. And those that would fucking try to go against that, hey, you would be exactly what I just fucking, you know what I'm saying, described. That's exactly how you guys would come out to be. Oh, but it's boxing. One punch can change the whole fight. Of course. The dynamics, of course. But Khan does not have that lead weight anymore. Khan's style right now is totally different than the way he used to fight before. Okay? Khan fights too hard too early. That's his problem. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, he wasn't supposed to fight him at mid range, in close range, and try to exchange shots. He's supposed to keep Canelo away, use his boxing skill. He doesn't do that. The last two fights that he had against the mediocres, he rushed in. He wasn't very, you know what I'm saying, working off the jab, you know what I'm saying, moving around, trying to measure. You can see the calculation he's taking before he's landing the shot, counting the measure. None of that. You don't see a patient Khan no more. You just see a Khan that likes to, you know what I'm saying? He'll throw one jab and then bull rush it with a couple of fucking hooks and uppercuts without having that type of power. Amir Khan is one of those guys that go up in weight, and since he never had power because he put the weight on, it's not working either. The poundage on, it's not working either. So that happens because they don't concentrate on the strength training. And a guy like Khan has wasted his time just basically burning fat. A lot of cardio. No strength training. I've been watching his every workout video that's been going out. I've been watching Terence Crawford's. No strength training, bro. It's all cardiovascular work. You know what I'm saying? Of course, some boxing or whatever. You have to strengthen your limbs, bro. And cardio and calisthenics aren't going to do it only. You need strength training. You need fucking, you need power calisthenics. And that's the thing with Amir Khan. Like, he's got Virgil Hunter on his corner, but Virgil Hunter has lost. You know what I mean? Now it's gonna be, and you also have to look at this match. It's gonna be Virgil Hunter versus Bomac, Brian McIntyre, right? Brian McIntyre is one hell of a fucking coach. Virgil Hunter's a vet, one hell of a coach, was a fighter himself back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Gives good direction, and some fighters they succeed when they listen to him. A lot of his fighters, he's taken a lot of unnecessary losses as a trainer because some fighters just wouldn't listen to him. So Khan is one that he doesn't listen as well. See, these are just factors I'm pointing out. Khan is so narcissistic that he'll go out there and say, yeah, okay. Put the mouthpiece on, next thing you know, he's getting tagged the fuck up. When he's supposed to be on some defense, when they tell him you need to defend yourself more, he'll be more offensive, which is stupid. Your corner man, your trainer, even your cut man at points, Everybody's giving you, even though the major call and the major shit you should be listening to is your trainer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's in that corner, you notice they have something to say really fast. These are things you take because this coming from different perspectives of the fight that you're having. And since your perspective is only at that fighter at that moment, you can have that out of body. I call it boxer's insight, where from what your trainer is telling you, what your cut man is telling you, listen, watch his left. The cut man or the trainer is gonna agree. Yes, watch that left, right? These are tidbits of information that you download for that. So that way, when you're there, you see it even more. Your perspective becomes more broader now. I've been there. Your perspective becomes more broad when you pay attention. Because when you're in a fight, it's basically instinct. You've got skill, but it's not all the time you're gonna land drilled punches. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are not gonna land. You know what I'm saying? The way you hit the mitts and the bag and all that shit, and so when you gain that perspective, now all of a sudden you're watching his left even more. You're weaving more. You're moving to the side instead of backwards more. And that this is why it's important. Amir Khan does not do that at points, man. Go watch the Canelo fight. You understand exactly what I'm saying. They kept telling him, stay away from him. Stop going mid-range. It's too early. He goes hard too early. Now you've got Terence Crawford, who lets you go hard too early. This is why this is a perfect fight for Terence Crawford. You've got an aging speed specialist, which is what he needs. You know why? Because if he meets a Pacquiao, perfect. He's already raced a Ferrari then. So he's ready for the McLaren. You know what I'm saying? All he needs is a little more tweaking. And what is he pushing? As to analogies, what is he pushing? He'll probably be pushing a fucking modified fucking Ferrari Testarossa 89, because his skill, his style, the cars, you know what I'm saying, are analogies of the style. The Testarossa is beautiful, badass, fast as fuck, and you can modify it even more. And when you and it already goes about fucking 195, and when you modify it, it can go beyond that. It can catch up. I've seen it. So that's what I'm saying. This is what he's bringing. The thing is, if they were to bump each other during this race, Terence Crawford's dexterity, meaning his body, his Testarosta's body, it looks like it's fiberglass, but it's not. It's fucking tight. It's fucking titanium. You know what I mean? The shit that they make Volvos with, steel, beautifully crafted. So not only is Terence Crawford fun to look at, you know what his style, that car can do on the road, ring. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm taking nothing away from Amir Khan, but Amir Khan should have stood to trying to make a fight with Brook. Because now when he loses, and he will lose, to Terence Crawford, depending, like I said in the beginning of this video, your video, my video, our video, I tell you right now, guys, depending on the fashion of his loss, Amir Khan just maybe leaving boxing, depending on his ego after the match. And I know that he'll be stupid enough from catching so much damage in the fight, depending the mercy of the deliverance from Terence Crawford. And he already made another mistake. He started talking shit to Crawford, a couple of days before the fight. Today's the weigh-in. So We shall see. My prediction, I've got Terence Crawford winning by stoppage in the ninth round, mid-ninth. You know what I mean? And the terror will begin the seventh round. Seventh, from the sixth round, he'll land a shot that's going to rattle. And I'm not talking about, he'll land just a shot and place it. And that right there is going to be where Terence Crawford's going to be like, gotcha. That's what I got to do. And knowing Amir Khan on how desperate he'll try to come in with speed. And Terence Crawford is just going to measure him. And then the eighth round, he'll go to the body more after he hit him upstairs in the sweet spot. And he won't knock him out. He won't knock him down just yet. And I'm not saying that he's gonna carry Khan. No, he's gonna wait for Khan to make mistakes, bad habits. And then after that, he'll turn it up and it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Maybe by me saying stoppage is giving Amir Khan the benefit of the doubt. But that jaw of his, and Crawford gets to it, he might knock him out. But I'll give Khan the benefit of the doubt and say that he'll fight all the way until he gasses out. Until the skill rust from him, because he's not going to have enough to perform at such a high level with such a high caliber fighter in this era. That's when it'll catch up to him and boom, it's a wrap. And this is just my boxing opinion. Otherwise than that, guys, I'm Jay Cotto, your boy telling the truth with the sport of boxing. This has been my breakdown and my prediction to Khan Crawford. Good luck to both men, and don't forget to catch the weigh-in today. Otherwise than that, hashtag come back to boxing. God bless, stay vigilant, and may the force be with you. Happy Friday, guys. Peace.